right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Wait, what is it doing? Oop, not that. Bring this over here. All right. So restream is not in. Let me try to get that other portal. Hold on one sec, guys. This one. Hold on. Oop, I can do it over here. There we go. All right. I was like, wait a second. Why are things not popping up now? Sorry. It was trying to do like logins and stuff like that, and it's just not working. It's one of those days where it's just, I normally have the chat up, but I cannot see the chat. So, well, yeah, it's funny. It's like stuck. It's like, yep, sign in here, but it does not sign in. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. I'm not sure why it signed us out. It's funny. I'm getting the. Oh well. I don't know. That's weird. Why is it not doing that? It's funny. None of the technical difficulties on the day. I could not see any of the chat. There we go. Yeah, I'd actually like log over onto on the Twitch. All right. Yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on. I guess Restream is having some issues. I don't know. I can't. It won't log in on anything. Oh well. I'm not sure why that's not working today. So weird. Weird. Hold on, let me see if I can do it over here. Nope, not that one either. Is this gonna work? Nope. Whoa, what is this? Oh, now I'm getting all kinds of weird messages. You just close the dockable window. Got it. Continue. It's weird. It like pops up into a white thing and won't load. I don't know. All right, I guess we'll try to run today without it. Great. I guess it's not going to work today. All right, so anyway, I'll do my best to follow up, with chat today. I have to pull it in a separate window. The typical window that I use for it is not showing, so I don't know. We'll see how it rolls. Hopefully, it's broadcasting to all channels. It looks like it is, but like I said, I do not have any chat today. So if you type a chat, I apologize if I ignore you today, but I'll do the best with it I can. Anyway, large amount of movement, pretty much in anything associated with the dollar. You can see the pound yen finally kind of stabilized itself, but you'll see a massive down draw in the pound dollar. A lot of the comments we got were starting from yesterday morning. A lot of it had to do with the data yesterday, right? This data was like, yep, they're going to put, they're not going to take their foot off the accelerator. And then we had a bunch of comments from, what it looks like. Bullard is backing 75 as we expected him to. Other comments out there, Cash Carry talked about it as well. We saw Williams talk about it. So a number of different people have kind of mentioned that, like, listen, this is one data point. We want to continue forward. We have a hawkish policy on this. And originally the FOMC statement was considered dovish, and then they kind of looked into it more. And then the data yesterday, and then the comments yesterday, all of this were for kind of keeping our pace, right? Keeping the pace for raising interest rates. And because of it, you're seeing, again, a lot of dollar movement. Look at this dollar yen. 206, right? That's a huge move. And again, there is obviously some, news down here. Where is it? Where is it? I just had it down here. Sorry, Kip is sitting on me again today. So I just had it down here. There it is, right there. Right there. Talking about hitting, a 7.5-year high. But the question is, will they act? And thus far, they haven't. They talked about, they could potentially do it at 130, and then it was 135, and then it went all the way up, and they didn't do anything yet. And now they're kind of like, 7.5-year high. Can they continue to maintain the low interest rates? Is it going to hurt their economy? Are they going to go back into a recession? Are they going to go back into deflationary? So all kinds of things going on with the yen today. So again, that's why we're seeing this up so hard today. And then over here, it's kind of just not as much, right? Obviously seeing a little bit of pound weakness. Again, more information out of the pound, things like this, right? We've got to eat. Energy bills are squeezing businesses and people as UK costs soar, and they're continuing to soar at 10.1%. So, yeah. So again, more pound weakness in there. And again, right now it's yen weak, pound weak, and you can see that they're both fighting to be the weakest, player on the board. So, wait, what is this? Pull this over here. I don't know why it keeps using that one thing. I don't know why it's doing that. It's weird. It keeps popping up in a different thing. But yet it won't. It's got to be a restream issue because I can't get it to pop up. So it flashes on the side. Anyway, so again, I wouldn't expect this to continue moving. You can see a lot of it's over the last 24 hours, not so much in the last hour. The data we got today, again, retail sales was actually pretty decent, right? They adjusted the previous, and again, it kind of gave us that mixed number in there. Fed will do what it takes to return inflation target. Okay, so Barkin is now speaking as well. But again, positive data here for the pound, right? Retail sales being up. They were expected to be negative, so that's good. But unfortunately, inflation is just getting way too high. It's still not slowing. Again, they're buying things, but again, it's just the UK just does not have a great situation. Now, the CAD gave us kind of mixed news, and again, the dollar is up. It only the dollar CAD is up 67. That's not really a major move. A lot of people are looking at this and like, how do we digest this, right? People are still spending in Canada, right? Retail sales, they adjusted it higher and then even higher on this side. Core retail was down just a little bit. That shows, again, some of the inflation in non-food and energy. I think what's starting to take over in Canada is more of the food prices because we know that energy prices have obviously started to kick back again. But again, 68 is not really a huge moving, especially compared to some of these other things. Dollar Swiss, again, kind of moving. But again, euro pound being up 65 is quite a substantial amount. And we were actually looking today to see if we could get some pound strength to kind of roll back in. But we've had the exact opposite with the pound just getting worse and worse and worse, then continuing to raise interest rates. But again, that 10.1 is pretty major. Let's see. What is Barkin saying? I reiterated Friday that the Fed will do what it takes to return inflation, but acknowledge that this will not happen immediately. There you go. We're starting to see some precautionary softening business. Yep. Does not require. There we go. Okay. So basically just saying, hey, we're sticking with what we're doing. We know it's not instantaneous, which is kind of like, a lot of people thought that it was based off of what the data was. So that's not bad. I would say that kind of goes in line. And again, this is another one of the ones too that I think we talked about this. This was kind of the PPI data coming in, a record jump in producer prices. We didn't see this last time in ours. We thought that we were, right? We thought that we were going to get it. We didn't get it. Okay, so this is kind of what I expected that we would have seen the last reading, but we didn't, right? We didn't. So I don't know. I'm wondering if this is what we see in the next U.S. data release, which, again, would also kind of lead us to believe that, again, there may be somewhat of a softening, but we'll kind of see kind of how it rolls. All right? So, again, this is, if you guys want to kind of look into news releases a little bit more, this German PPI is kind of where it's at. All right, so that's kind of everything on the news front. Like I said, no other major things. This is another big one out there. U.S. corporate, forecasts consider high risk recession or high recession risk. This is pretty much across the board, right? Change definition of recession. It's kind of funny from Investing 101. So everything out there is kind of, again, it's all aligning where necessarily we would expect things to go. Not many major surprises there. So VIX obviously spiking up a little bit. Again, we've seen this, in the overnight. We just keep seeming to have that gap after the reset. Again, gap here, gap here. This one in the overnight, rallied back up again, right in the overnight. This one kind of gapped and held. This one monstrous gap in the overnight. So it's a trend that we're seeing a lot recently. You can see that the dollar came up and stabilized, and we had kind of that one little kind of Harry Potter bit there where we pulled back. Yesterday stabilized a lot, and then again, once the European market really kind of took off today, continued to drive us higher. Excuse me. 107.96 or 108 is extremely high. We have seen prices up here in the past, so it's not like we haven't seen it there. It's not at like an extreme level yet. And if you're looking at this on the dollar wise, because again, the dollar is going to control everything, we are kind of in an area now where you could say, listen, there's basing here, there's kind of a retest right there, and that's kind of where we're sitting at right now. You can see that that's where we smash right into. So it's a decent level, I would say. As far as kind of thinking curve wise, it's definitely. It's definitely in an area where you want to look at this and say, hey, listen, are we due for a bit of a dollar reversal today? I would say, on a technical level, yeah, we are, but everybody is just maintaining like, yes, we're going to continue to raise, we're going to continue to raise, we're going to continue to raise. And I really feel like the market had kind of factored in the fact that they would maybe, I don't know, maybe they just go 0.5. They start holding up a little bit because, again, they don't want to go too fast, even though they should have kind of led with the hard fast number. We've seen with the UK doing the slow and steady does not work. And, we had a little bit of inflationary kind of pause this time. The question is that they don't do enough when we start kicking back up into the business sense of kind of like what happens in August, preparing for back to school. If we see a raise, and what if they do an adjustment, then it's kind of like, oh, there was no pause. We got to keep going. I feel like the market is not quite, up in line with it. So I would say overall looks like it's going to be a bit of a retracement for a dollar. Fundamentally, does it make sense? Not so much yet. Not so much yet. Okay. All right, let's go right into some of the charts here. So here is the ping pong effect that we saw yesterday. We talked about kind of being down here at that 10 o'clock, and it did actually get itself out, and we saw a little bit of a kick up at that 10:30. And then what we did is we went back down, and we came back down to the 69.01 level. Now we're sitting there now on the Aussie dollar, and again, kind of beating up where we are. Aussie market's obviously closed. We are finding levels, and we did have some stuff down here. I mean, we talked about two different levels down here. We had a 50% retracement level, and we're kind of flirting with really kind of in the past of this piece right here. Yeah, it's a bottom. Is it the end all be all bottoms? No, but that's what it's kind of chopping through right now. We do have sellers up top, and I think it's important to point that out. We've dragged fibs down to this level. You can see we're not quite at a level where the 23 actually makes much of a difference yet, but at least we kind of chop through this. So we know that this level at 69.01 is kind of gone. We don't really need it anymore, so we'll just go ahead and delete it just to kind of keep the charts cleaner. I would say right now, again, this profit target is out. Let's pull that one off. We'll leave that there just because, again, we did have some sellers there. They may come back later. I don't need that one either. Right now, what we have in play is these two different levels, and one of them is the 50, and then we have the 68 kind of sitting a little bit farther down. I don't know that we get to the 68, but this is the one that's sitting at the 50. It is a drop, kind of a two-candle bottom pop, and then a retest. So it is kind of a confirmed level, but we do have a pretty decent one right below it. So there's two different things in here that we can look for. This rally basing and strong push out of it should kind of be the backdrop, and I'm wondering if we kind of base through, dip just below, grab that one, and then take off with it. But again, front run right there. That's where we're looking right now. You can see we got about 18 pips to hit the first level and about 33 to hit the second. So I'm kind of wondering, does this one come down and kind of base and start, does it start to sit down there and kind of lay on that zone for a potential pop? I would say that's probably in the works. Probably what we're looking for. Does that go to a level? It does. I was wondering. I was looking at that. And I was like, there's probably a level sitting there too. Just in case you guys are wondering, in here you could say, hey, listen, was there a trend change? And you could say, hey, once this burst through, went through one peak here, one here, one here. You could say that, hey, listen, that was a reverse in trend, right? We did have a red, green, red into a level, which made sense for the short yesterday. But if you draw fibs from high to low there, kind of looking to see where things are, magically a level here that we had a pullback, right? That impulse move correction, a base, and then a push down. Confirmation touch, and it happens to be bisected by the 50. Okay, so I think 69.21, if by chance we can rally back up to there today, it's about 40 pips up. I don't know if we can make it up 46 pips. I really don't think we can make it up that far. Not for having enough time. I think right now the play is probably a bounce off of one of these two levels at 68.78. Probably one of these two levels. I'd like to see what time they actually hit them and what time they bounce. On the more conservative side, 68.56. And if we start to bounce off the yellow, I think if we bracket this off top and bottom, these could be Sunday night opening trades, whether 69.72, I'm sorry, 69.21 or 68.56 top and bottom. But I think again, the 10:30 reversal, I think we have an opportunity to get into something here. I'd like to see it come down and bounce and kind of pop over, do one of these things off, and then go back up again. All right. Aussie dollar, kind of the same thing. And again, a lot of this is more yen based. 61, we knew this was an area. Again, we had people kind of chopping through it already. A little confirmation in there. You can see chopped it in there, kind of chopped it in there. Now, this level up top appears, yeah, it's from right there. It appears that we have a level going on right here, right? A drop, kind of a chop, and then another push through. It is associated with the 78.6, which again for me is not as big. And again, there is where the candle wick goes. I would say right now, this one's got a bunch to chop through. We're going to remove the yellow. And when I say by a bunch to chop through, I mean there's a zone sitting there, right? You got another pullback level that we've kind of right off of there, and we got another one sitting right there. So there's a bunch to chop in. I'm just barking. See, do any of these line up, or which one of these lines up is probably a better case? That guy right there in the middle. How much of a move is that? I don't know if that's going to reverse. That's 30. That would be 65 pips in an hour. 65 pips in an hour would be a pretty big move in the Aussie yen for this one. Again, it would definitely require some type of movement from, obviously, the Bank of Japan. That's interesting on a Friday. Definitely some levels, right? And again, for some of the people out there that like, you could look at this and say, well, wait a second, there's the trend line. And you could say, well, wait a second, look at that. Yeah, you're right. It is kind of a parallel channel. So again, there will be people looking to kind of hold that channel. And there'll be people, obviously looking for people to break that channel as well. I'm going to shrink this one up a little bit. I'm gonna go this way. I'm going to establish a double channel here, or a double zone. I like the one candle top and turn off of that. So let's get this out. 61 is out. 71's there. I'm going to remove this. Let's pull that across. This is an old one. Don't need that. This, we're looking for a base in there. Let's bring all this across. All right. So, oops. Change that to red. See if we can get a better zone out of that one. Wow, that's definitely I don't like that zone at all. Look at this. It's already been hit, basically blown up twice. It is a 786, if you guys know how I feel about that one. So this is kind of what we're looking at right now. Obviously, again, sitting in kind of a tested level, right in here. It's past the 23, so you're not going to have anybody kind of helping or assisting in there. I do not believe that we're going to have the power to get down here 33 pips more. But I'm looking at this level here and saying, hey, listen, this is right in between the 50, 61.8. People will use those two levels. Those will get bracketed off. It is a basing level. It did kind of come back down and then accelerate off of it. So I would say right now, 93, 92 Probably decent level. I like the way this top formed. Again, I'm on the 15-minute chart now, but it's a one candle top on a 30. But on a 15-minute, you can see that it drove up, and it's basically 4 consecutive candles with lower wicks on the top. Kind of little like the sawtooth effect, and you guys know how much I like that one. So again, it's just before that other level. So I would say right now, if we get up into the 94-46 range, it's a sell. 93-92, and then obviously we still have the breakdown here, and again, this kind of racetrack down here at a break below 93.20. All right, so a little bit more going on this one. God, if they raise, that would be incredible. If they raise, we'll blow all this out. It'll blow all the way back down into this 92 range. So, yeah, a lot going on with this one, especially for Friday. All right, so euro dollar. So euro dollar, we talked about the target being sitting down here at the 101.17. And as you can see right here, we had a 61.8 level in here. We actually bounced off of that 61.8 level. Again, it would have been our target first. Interestingly enough, poor 61.8 traders, you took a bounce off of it, which you were like, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. And then all of a sudden it just got sliced through. And this came in yesterday at around 11:30. Some of the data, some of the, I believe actually this was actually starting to come out yesterday around that 11 o'clock time frame. So again, basically the Fed reaffirming things. So our target got smashed. We're through the target. Interestingly enough, it came through and kind of Harry Pottered off the bottom side of it. And again, this wasn't the cleanest of levels. We actually talked about a short potentially down here, and you can see when it finally broke, it went lower. So right now, I would say best case scenario right now, we are actually looking for a target. And again, I know this kind of goes kind of anti-dollar, or anti what we're talking about with dollar. I think right now we're looking for another tag of parity. It's only 58 pips away. We know that Europe's data is not good. We know that all the Fed presidents now are reaffirming that they are going to raise. I think right now, again, this is let's push this all the way down. We're at 78, so I can remove this old one. Don't care about that anymore. Yeah, dead to me. We use that, but let's pull that one off just to keep it clean. It's pulling back now. Let's pull this across. Yeah, I think right now we get back down to parity. I'm trying to see if we can get another entry in there, but I don't think we can. I don't think we can. Nope. I don't think we're getting another test off of it. I think that this is going to technically be what the retest is on this old level. We'll put this here, and I want to mark off that level right there of basing. Turn this to our new red. Here's the big question. When we come down, does the 23 line up? It does. Look at that. It slices right through the middle. So, yeah, right now I would say look for parity, right? I think we try to hit parity today. I think what that does, and again, if you lost what I did, this is currently where you would draw your fibs high to low, but parity is such a big level. If we bring parity down, now all of a sudden, look what it did to the 23.6. It drugged the 23.6 right into a level of basing, which again, strong push, it based and ate this level up, which we had talked about before, right? The level right in there. Again, there was the pullback to the old broken, the violated level, right? And now, if we come down and tag parity and then start to retrace off of it, this level right here, 100.82 happens to be a 23.6 pullback. So, not too bad, right? Not too bad setting up a position for next week. All right? So keep that on your radar. Again, if you are short, look for parity to be tagged today. It's only 53 pips. We can absolutely touch it on a Friday with all the comments we've had. European market is closed, so we shouldn't see any more comments out of them, but we will hear, more comments from the U.S., right? So, yeah, I think we have the ability to tag parity today. Euro pound, okay? And again, this is with the euro pound surging. And again, most of this we know is obviously the pound. But again, we're back up to the 85. We talked about this being a big level. It is right around the 61.8. I would start to expect some type of reversal here. I mean, it's really been straight up. And as I said, it is pound weakness. It's not really European strength. But if this does start to roll back down again, that would, people would look at that and say, hey, listen, this is pound, the pound retracing, the euro getting weaker. That also aligns into this. Weaker euro, it goes down and tags parity. So it's kind of lining up right here. At the 85 level, you know, when you look back, yeah, there's stuff over here, but it's very, very wicky. It's actually more like this. I would say where we're at right now, yes, there are a few levels in here, but it's not a clean draw. We typically like, and again, the better and the cleaner the candles look, the better the trade setup tends to be. There is a base that you could draw, you know, if you're really looking for something, but again, it is Friday. There is a base that you could draw here, right? That it's been touch, 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 touch. It's sneaking, it's kind of right in front of the 78, right? Sitting right in front of the 786. How much more we got to move today? 20 pips. So could we go up to there and grab that? Yeah, potentially. Right? Potentially. Let's move this. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put it on the right. Oops, that's left. Right. I think that's how I think that's the best way to do it. So I would be looking for a reversal sometime in the euro pound. And again, I think it would be great. It would help the euro dollar trade out. But otherwise, again, we're waiting for this to come up. And this could be a Sunday night thing. Right, 85.20. If we're able to just continue to grind up today, look for some type of reversal. Because yeah, the pound has got a lot of problems, but it's not. I mean, we just saw Germany has many problems as well. It's not like Germany's in a great situation. So, yeah, it's kind of like we're good. Yeah. Yeah. So, why is that so funny? It's the program is up and it's like, oh, we can't get logged in. There's no internet. It's like there is internet. I'm broadcasting right now on it. Thanks for paying attention. Euro yen. All right, so euro yen. You can see yesterday we got the full fruition of that target right around when we started. Unfortunately, we didn't get all the way down, but again, the 1 to 3 got tagged. It got hit and got stuck over here, which again kind of makes sense. You know, we'll look at this. You had the basing, right? You had the pull away and it came back and touched it. That's exactly what it slammed into. So we know we got some buying occurring right there. Again, if you are going to take anything short, and again, we are kind of up in a short area again, 136.60 is kind of where we're looking. So we could actually bring that up, and let's see. There is going to be probably a hiccup there. So be cautious with this one. Right, it makes sense. It's looking just like the euro dollar and the euro pound being high up there on the curve, and we have seen yen strength, yen weakness coming in. It probably will retrace a little bit. It is a failure to go higher, right? It did not push through the top. It is kind of again, this is an old level, so I mean, we've already hit it here, we've hit it here, we've hit it here, we've hit it here, we've hit it here. It is not the best case scenario for us to be able to take a short off of it. Could we have drawn? And again, that's what the trade yesterday looked like. Could we draw a new box from here to here? Yeah, you could, right? We are on the upper curve, so you could say, hey, listen, sellers have stepped in the past. And you're right. The problem is this is what we're looking for right here. Really, until we get up to really a little bit higher up, we don't really have any confirmed sellers. So this is just the backlash of this zone still kind of getting whipped through. And again, support and resistance traps and things like that. Again, this is obviously a resistance trap, right? Breaks above. Everybody's like, oh my God, as soon as it breaks, go long. Yeah. And that's what happened. You get immediately slammed back to the downside. So, again, because of what we saw with the euro dollar and pound dollar, yes, I would say, I would say bearish on this one. The risk on this one is a little bit, whoops. Yeah, the risk is 21, which is a little bit high. Again, 60 is not bad. 60 puts us right about there, which again makes sense. That's actually a decent profit target, but I think it's going to have some issues kind of chopping through here. But again, with everything we heard about Japan, if Japan does make a comment, again, that would be strong Japan trying to combat inflation in Japan, doing a little bit of a raise. That should send this back down again. And with the euro being straight up on 3 different pairs, it does make sense there would be a reversal. Yeah, I thought the higher was better. Oh, remember, Ernest, I'm delayed. So I think I don't know if you're talking about this one or the pound one. Which pair are you talking about? This one? I forget, you're delayed. I think you're talking about this one up here on the euro yen. But yes, this is a much better zone here up top than this little one's right here. This has already been chopped through. Okay, so yeah, and this is kind of forming a new one here. And again, on a technical level, because of the euro dollar, pound dollar, and what we're seeing with the Aussie yen, it kind of makes sense that this one will turn and roll back to the downside, right? So, all right, pound dollar. So pound dollar heading through the floor, and again, obviously the pound's problems are just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. Do I need this now? No, base through that one. This one completely got blown through. Let's bring this across as a target. Bring that as a target. We're going to leave that as a 78. Man, this just shows you how many different pound problems there are. There's the target that we talked about yesterday. Looks like the next level is way down here. All right, so right now, again, I'm not going to try to get in the way of this one, but you can see right now, if this was the bottom at 1030, look at this. Look how this is lining up right now. An area of basing that's been touched twice. So we'll mark it off. I mean, it definitely could be an area where you look for profit taking. And again, it's nice to, nice to show it right now. But if this was the bottom at 1030 magically, if this turns and rolls, what does it do? Back up to an area of basing with two different confirmation touches in there. So again, fan of those, right? Fan of that one. What is my wife doing? Oh, she's tagging me and stuff. Great. But what I will say on this one, there is a level just a little bit lower. I think we watch out for it. Right now, if you are short the pound dollar, I think you look to take profit around 117.74. So it is a level, is it the greatest level in the world? No, it's a very small piece here, but it did find buyers and then retested off of it and kind of launched it. And it was kind of a bottom the last time we had a big push down this low. So as far as taking profit, I think it's a good level to be taking profit from. If you're already short, don't worry. It is another 40 pips away to the downside, so it will only help you out. But right now, it's kind of a little bit late. I mean, we're definitely in a downtrend. We had the pullback in there. And I don't even know. I don't have the platform up right now. This actually may have shown up as a downtrend setup on the 30-minute 4-hour. It may have signified enough. I know this one definitely did. This one, I don't know if it showed up or not. I don't have that platform up right now. Problem is, it didn't really pull back to a great level, so kind of hard. But again, if you're looking for things and you want to kind of keep your chart populated with different potential trade setups, I would say that one's probably a decent one too. 119.21. The next time we hit that area, regardless of where the fibs go, I definitely think that kind of you got to keep that on your radar. I'm trying to see here. Wow, that brings us pretty low. For us to get in the fib range, that's 115.92. Hmm. 115.92. That would be an area too. It's a major 4-hour level there. Oops, I didn't want to move that. Thank God for Control Z. All right, so yeah, I mean, all technicals on this one and all fundamentals are saying short, right? They're all saying short. Again, pound has many, 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 many problems, and the dollar is raising, right? I don't know that the pound can sustain many more raises. They're already getting into a situation where it's getting pretty bad. They have to, but it's like, what does that look like? What is the end game for the UK, right? Things are already extremely horrible. Put it this way: when it comes time to get winter gas, it's going to get worse. And again, not as on the hook as the European Union, but yeah. So again, if you're short, look to take profit at 117.74. Don't get too greedy. Again, that could be a level where it bounces off of, particularly on a Friday. There's no point in getting greedy on that one. Pound yen. So pound yen. There's a level again. It was a violated level that was old in the past. Yeah, and you can see 50 yesterday at about 12:30 was again kind of a choppy hit through 50. but we were looking for a reversal a little bit earlier at 10, and again, it continued through. So we'll pull this one off. I would say absolutely on this one. I'd be looking for profit targets down here if you guys are short. We'll just put this down here as a profit target. Definitely not interested in getting long pound, and I think the yen, I think we're going to hear some news releases on the yen. I think the yen continues to drive lower. So if you guys are already short this position, there's another 60 pips in here. Make sure you get your profit. And actually, this one you may want to go a little bit early. You may want to go at that level because that's where some buyers are going to start stepping in. And you may want to look to take profit at 161.35. Again, that's, let's see. It's about another 50 pips to the downside. Again, it's Friday. Don't hold these too long. There will be some reversals coming in, but I do think the next hat to drop is going to be the BOJ making some type of a statement. Again, 7.5-year high. They already got problems anyway. Yeah, I think that's the next drop, the next hat to drop. So again, if you are short, good job. Again, not many entries. Probably the best one would have been short off of this violated level from yesterday, but pound yen has not really been super clean. Whatsoever. And again, probably a downtrend setup on this pullback. Probably. This spent a lot of time. This is a lot of time here. So yeah. So again, if you're short, there's your profit target. All right. So now, interesting play here. It looks like the aggressive level we didn't need. Actually, that was the one that was pushed, so we didn't need that one anyway. All right. So here's where the dollar CAD. This is the zone that we're looking at right now. Was an area basing, and you can see there's a touch. So it has had 3 touches, but when I say touches, it has barely grazed the zone. It's very, very tiny, and shown us that, hey, listen, there are some sellers here. Right? How do I know there's sellers there? Because price cannot break through this level. It looks like 129.90. That is actually what we just kind of came in, bounced off of right now. Now, it's trying, it hit it. And again, this is hit number 4, and we're pushing higher. I think once we get a color change on this one, again, some type of confirmation that we've hit the top. And again, they can step in anywhere inside of this zone, right? There's actually one kind of backstop right on the top side as well, sitting right above it that we've had problems. And then again, another one here. I mean, this is one of these steps where it's like step. So interesting level. Actually, let's pull. Is there going to be a big... Let's see if we're going to get some additional help here. Yeah. So, here, I'll bring... Actually, I guess it's there. Oh, it's actually putting a little bit higher now. I was running it from there. So, let me see. Do we run it from that area there? It does touch. All right, so that adds a little bit more to it. All right, so let's see. This guy, we're going to turn red. All right. I would say right now, be on the lookout. And again, you can do this on lower time frame if you really, really want. This is an area that we've talked about, right? 129.91. It has hit a few times, right? It has hit 3 times here. It's been front run once, right? It's kind of hit these front runners, hit it again, started to form a base before the zone, which is one of those things we don't like. Came back up and is now using that base, right? Why is it using the base? Because it needs more sellers to drive through. It was building up an area of buyers, right? Building up some demand right below. It hit it at random. Those sellers had to retreat back to grab more of those buyers. The question is, how many was it able to buy at that level, and how many sellers still are in this zone? 50% fib traders, right? They are probably out of this position already, which would have helped deteriorate that position just a little bit. I mean, again, they were trying to get in anywhere in here, looking for that reversal, and that's why we went higher. Right now, though, the next major level that people are going to be stepping in will be the 61, right? So I would say right now, look for this to come up, and I think this is not a horrible trade, and I'm okay with this one. Again, I do think there's a lot of dollar strength, but again, the CAD news was just really, really good. Again, they missed this one by 0.1, but their retail sales overall, it was expected to be 0.4. What was the adjustment? Look, they adjusted up last time. They were selling more, and they expected it to be horrible, and yeah, it was less, but almost 3 times what they had expected. Take the 1 here, add it to this, and it's 3 times. So again, I do think there will be some CAD strength coming back in. So I'm actually okay with this one. If you guys want to kind of set an alert on this one, I think 130.26 is an area we look to bounce off of. Will it trigger today? I don't know. Again, it needs another 32 pips. It can cover that in the next 2 to 3 hours. There we go. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I moved my foot and I didn't realize that the cord was near my foot. Thank you, Kip. And then I heard clink. I was like, oh God, I just killed the sound. Anyway, I think 130.26 is probably a decent roll level. Look for this one to come back again. And again, 1 to 3 is putting it right back down to the 50. So it's basically going from the 61.8 back down to the 50 in there. And again, we should be chopped through that level sufficiently at that point. But again, dollar CAD, I would say start looking for short opportunities in this one because, again, the CAD is going to follow suit just with the U.S. All right. Dollar Swiss. So dollar Swiss is kind of pushed up. And again, it did bank right off this level. We talked about it yesterday. You can see it hit it, formed a base, and hit it again and fought it again and pushed back down and used this old level and then kind of went back up again. It's at the 78. I don't like doing too much with the 78. This one did retrace, but didn't go all the way back down again. So we don't need this level right now. Technically, we're going to pull this 71.8 off. Let's pull this the other direction. Let's see where things line up. The 50 is now at this old violated zone. 61.8, there's also testing it there, which is decent. Nice Harry Potter through. I think we talked about that yesterday. No, we wouldn't have. Yeah, we were here yesterday. So violated, broke. How many pips did that move? It's only 26. I really don't want to put that level, but it's a little bit of a dangerous level, but how much is that? It's a 3 o'clock push. It's about 11 pips worth of risk. It's pretty small. Not a bad little Harry Potter right there. Like I said, pulling through, bracing, and then kind of continue to go higher. It's 11 for 33, so it's not the biggest trade in the world, but it's also not horrible. There are worse trades out there, right? Definitely worse trades out there. Yeah, it's all right. For those of you looking for something today, this one may work for today. Breaking 95.95, basically 95.95. It's 95.95.4. Again, next area of sellers is coming at 96.39. I'm wondering if we continue to have this dollar strength today. So, again, the Swiss is not in a great position. And then again, when we finally start to, once the market has factored this all in and there's a big headline, it should turn and roll back down again. I'm wondering if we play this all the way up, this becomes a profit target up here, or like an overall eventual profit target with a balance at 96.39. But again, I like how this is not the first time it's hit the zone. It kind of reestablished itself and pushed it really to the brink. We kind of came back and tested it again. We're pushing it again. So it is really due to break here. It's not necessarily a short opportunity. And not that I don't love this, but it's not horrible. There's no like really clean pops and no strong bursts. It's just a 3. It's the overnight with the 3M that kind of accelerated again. So I'm looking for really that kind of, that the pop up, kind of the pop up, the retrace back down to the level, and then we look for this to kind of go higher, right? So kind of a, little bit of a lightning bolt effect in there, right? It probably won't be that fast. It'll be kind of like that. So, yeah. 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 All right, dollar yen. All right, so dollar yen is an interesting spot right now. You can see this here. Look at this. We took the bounces. 1, 2, 3, 4 sliced. 5 ended. This one didn't do much, but it did come. Here you go. Punch through, break one, base, and that's the extreme version of the base. It pulled back and then took off. So, yeah. How's that for an example? This is kind of like we're going to take it to the extreme level, right? We're going to take it to the extreme level, right? When I say break a level and base, I didn't quite mean, 6 hours of basing, but yeah, there you go. 6 hours of basing. And then punch through. So, obviously on this one, we were dealing with a lot of things up here. This one went low. We don't need this. Let's see. I'll mark one, but I'm not really necessarily interested in taking anything short off this level. I'll put it there. Let's see. Let's pull this out to a 4-hour. Yeah, we're getting close to the 786, and I'm kind of wondering the same thing. If we start to slow down and really just start to grind right here, and then Sunday night we turn and kind of roll back down again. I'm gonna pull this off now because it's only the 786, and 786 lives don't matter. Look at that old violation now. It's now at the 50. And funny that it's supporting this on a distal level. Look at that. 50 is slicing right through that level. 23.6 backstopping this last bounce level. So here's my problem with this one. Again, like every other pair that I've said, I think we have yen strength coming back into the market. All they need to do is make one comment and bring it back down again. I would say look for short. If I had to pick a direction right now, I would say, hey, listen, look for a shorting opportunity in the dollar yen. I do think we are going to get some type of data, something, a comment, a raise, something out of the yen. And again, we are creeping above. We're at basically 137, which we know is a zone that they don't like. Hearing them talk about 7.5-year highs with inflation and having it this high, I feel like this is screaming for some type of an intervention from the BOJ. If we can maintain here, I would also say next week look to go short. This could be a week-long base trade, something a little bit more swing focused. Again, we are kind of in that danger zone up top. Not that we can't go higher. I mean, we definitely have levels higher, but being here, we're at 137 and in the week, any type of a pop up, I think you're looking for shorting opportunities. And again, maybe even a week long position to bring it right back down into the 133 range. As I said, 7.5-year high inflation. Nobody expects the BOJ to raise, but if they make a comment about raising just a little bit, even if it's like a 0.1, right? It's like nothing. That brings some strength back in, showing that, they need to do something. And again, this hurts our economy. So, all right, let's go to oil. So oil, again, yesterday we kind of punched through right at that 1 o'clock range. We ended up punching higher, and again, using that level, we came back down and based on it right at the 90.11, and we were looking for kind of short opportunities there. As you can see, it kind of pulled back again in the European session, then the U.S. session kind of got a little crazy again. I still think we're looking for 91.23. It's a level that we've kind of based at before in the past. It's a 61.8 currently right now. Again, I think this is probably, remember, this market closes a little bit earlier than everything else. I think this one probably comes back up a little bit higher, and then we look to take this one short. And maybe this is like my personal bias that I think we should get a little bit lower. Again, a lot of people having a lot of problems companies talking about recession. Not really any huge reasons why, except that there's I believe there's definitely a short squeeze going on in oil right now. So excuse me, kind of where we're staying with oil, right? Nothing's changed from yesterday. Natural gas, really from yesterday. We were right here yesterday. Drove into that level, and what did I say? Be very, very cautious. It popped all the way back up again, grabbed it again. It's technically down 0.46, only because we had a big spike up again, but really in the same range that we were yesterday. So, not a whole lot, not a whole lot in this one. Like I said, very hesitant to do any shorts. If you are looking for a short, there is a zone sitting down here that you can short with a break of 889. But I'd watch this one to, again, another pop. Every time we send a missile system across, Russia is getting a tally. And they're like, I'm going to get you all back. Watch this. It will come back later. Like I said, they are very much an eye for an eye. It's coming back. Now, I didn't know if you guys saw it yesterday or not. I saw in my news feed or whatever that the United States is now making autonomous HIMARS systems, right? We're basically making drone HIMARS that can drive themselves around and shoot missiles without anybody in them. And I was like, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, well, I guess that's good. Like, that way there's no risk to people, right? But at the same time, like, what happens if like Russians find one of those things? Like, do we do like the movies? Like, do they put explosives on there? So like if you try to tamper it, you can like remote blow it up? Like, does that stuff actually exist in real life? Right? Because I just feel like if there's like a remote one, and obviously now they have telegraphed it because it's on the news, and obviously Russians have access to the news as well. Like, so if I got it, I'm pretty sure that Russian intelligence knows it. It's like if we send drone ones across, like remember, like we've lost drones before, like drones like accidentally got shot down and we were panicked because they were going to reverse engineer our like $1 billion drone and it was going to cost them nothing to reverse engineer it. If they know that there are robot HIMARS systems, could they go out there and like kidnap one of these systems, right? Like, what would it take, right? Like little James Bondish. I feel like that's bad. But I feel like natural gas again. I don't want to get on the soapbox this early. I think natural gas goes back up. Be cautious. Gold, as I said yesterday, look for this to continue to drop. Talked about two profit targets, 1760, then look for 1755 to be smashed. It did. It hit at 1 o'clock yesterday and hit it again, hit it again, hit it again, hit it again. You're seeing it continue to go lower. We can keep dragging this down to look for kind of hidden levels, and right now, none of the lines are even matching up. We do have the 50% coming in rather soon, and I think 1736 was the next level we were really looking for it to hit. Again, that's the first time we have a potential bounce in there. We have nothing from there. I guess there's a little bit. There's a little bit going on right here. A little bit right here. It's probably where we're at right now. Yeah, it's where we're at right now. If we break through, right, it looks like if we break through 1746, yeah, we're looking for this level down here at 1736, another $10 down. So again, same sentiment that I had yesterday. Look for short opportunities. Again, we got to go short with everything that they're saying. And again, right here, silver, same thing. We talked about a target yesterday. Again, here's a Harry Potter drop, base, pull back to the violated level, 1859, and that one hit yesterday at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and boom, all the way back down again. So there is your trade setup from yesterday morning. If you're looking to trade silver, we talked about smashing through the 1732. We hit it, and we're actually pulling back and going lower. Right now, you can see kind of levels. This is where we're kind of messing with right now. And then after that, we got to run down to there, 1865, right? So this is what we're kind of dealing with right now, right? And again, turn this yellow, right? So there was yesterday's trade. Smashed through that level. Don't need it anymore. We'll pull it off. Let's drag fibs all the way back down again. And the 50 is kind of in an area where we thought, but that's right around $20. So question is, if we come all the way down, does it give us anything good? Yeah, it puts $20 right at the 61.8. So not bad. So again, we've been talking about maintaining short, and it's over 2 times what it's supposed to do. So again, silver is where it is. Let's see if VIX is like, oh God, VIX is trying. All right. Again, VIX is up 8%. It makes sense. Let's see opening print today. Has not been we've only had one day this week that opening print has been good. And again, every morning we seem like we've had news data right at, literally right there. 930. It rallied up. It did. Right there. There's your zone. Again, that was a zone, but we were already through it at 9:15. So at 9:30, yeah. So there you go. There's your base. And again, you can do it off the candle here or the wick. Either one really doesn't matter either way. I don't think this one is out. Let's see. Survey says it is out. Look at that. How about that turning on a thing? Look at that. See the line? There you go. There you go. There's 1 for 1. All right, so we're 1 for 1 so far, right? 1 for 1. Number 2. This one didn't go all the way up. It was trying. It tried really, really hard. Look at that. Again, Nadex-wise, you were fine, right? Again, if you did futures, you probably got stopped a little bit. But look at that. Nadex-wise, 25. Yeah, it was right at the 930. So this is actually 2 triggers. And 1 of 3 is right there. Oops, it helps if I'm actually on the thing. Yeah, there you go. Right there. So 2 for 2. And again, taking that as a Nadex based position, you're good. Futures, you had a little bit of a problem. You may have gotten, if you took this in futures, you may have gotten a little tick out the top, right? Depending on your broker, because it literally went right above where this zone was, depending on if you added a buffer for futures. Always makes it a little bit harder. But again, in an options based situation, something like Nadex, nice push to the downside. So 2 for 2 and 100%. 915 closed above, which means this would have been the next higher. Really kind of there, right? That candle, that top. So yeah, you would have triggered on this one. Survey says there's 3. So there's 3 for 3, and all 3 of them went to full profit target within the first 30 minutes. Okay. And next, let's see. Russell. Russell did it too. 915 driving higher. There's your base. Right there. And there's your touch. And Russell obviously blew it out of the water. 1 to 3 is only right there. Man, that one went all the way down to 1 to 8. Jesus. That was a big one. So there you go. So 4 for 4, all 4 of them went to full profit target today. So yeah, crappy week for opening prints. We had one day, was it Monday or Tuesday, that we had 2 entries. Rest of the week, not really any entries, right? Actually, I guess Monday we had 1 stop out, 1 win, and then we had one day where we had 2 winners, but you had to refine it a little bit, and then 2 days of really no entries, and then today all 4 of them were literally in the right spot. Went to the next spacing level, and again, blew it out pretty quickly. Again, telltale signs are here. So, I actually may have some time this weekend, so maybe I can get things finished this weekend. I don't want to say that I have tons, but all the little ones on Sunday are at a birthday party, so I have time that I am alone and I can get some recording in. And then tomorrow, the only thing I have tomorrow, I have no lacrosse. I have we are going to Maryland is doing an Asian night market from 2 to like 11 p.m. or something like that in Columbia. There's like 50,000 people there. So I'm definitely getting COVID this weekend. No, I shouldn't joke about that. It's only been a month since I had it, a month and a half. So I don't know if I can get it again. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. So opening print was good. Maybe I can get this class up finally. I've been trying to do it. It's almost there. Maybe this will be the weekend. Maybe I can pull the trigger on Sunday night and get it out for you guys with all the rules and kind of how to play it. So, yeah, should be fun. All right, so 10:35 on a Friday. Let's go ahead and get this in. Yeah, who are we missing? We're missing Sean again. Sean's here. Will. Look at Will's not here today. Will's maybe on vacation. Will may be on vacation. Oh, well. So sorry, Will. All right, so let's close it down. Winner of today's drawing is obviously not Will, because if you don't play the game, you can't win. Winner of today's drawing is Debbie. Debbie gets her 25. Wait a second. Uh-oh. Will may not be here, but I just realized who's sleeping. I was like, oh, Debbie, this is. I was like, wait, who won yesterday? Ernest won yesterday, right? I always do that. I always pull the winner. And I'm like, wait a second, who won yesterday? Who was it? It was Ernest yesterday. Ernest, what is this? You're sleeping at the wheel, my friend. Sleeping at the wheel. Debbie takes it today. Let's see. Debbie gets her 25. I don't know. Maybe Ernest realized that the hacks were in. I don't know. Maybe he was just conservative. Maybe he wasn't sleeping. Maybe he realized and he saw behind the scenes. Maybe that's what it was, guys. Ernest was not sleeping. But yeah. God, it was like, I always hate that. I'm always like, wait, who won? Who won? Yeah, Ernest won yesterday. Actually, Ernest, you were on a 3. Yeah. It was Eki and then Ernest, and then you doubled up yesterday, and then Debbie got you here. Yeah, somebody was sleeping at the wheel. It's okay, I didn't remember either, so it's all good. Anyway, that's it for this week. So we'll be back on next week. U.S. dollar ends on a high note. Look, starting the debate over risk, debate over peak. Yeah, so they're starting to talk about the dollar ending high. So look for some retracements again. Look at the monstrous moves here. Again, whenever you see moves this far out of the whack, and again, look for those reversals. I think there could be some cool trades next week, starting out on Sunday night, particularly the dollar yen. I think the dollar yen is going to be that. This could be the hidden secret short for the week. Ernest, like, I wasn't going to win today. Ernest knew it. He's like, yeah, I knew there was hacks in against me. I actually didn't even, Ernest, I would have brought it up. I would have said something, but then I was like, wait a second. I don't even know who won. I was like, wait, oh no, wait, it was Ernest. So, all right, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys next week. Everybody have a great, safe weekend. And, yeah, I'll see you guys on Monday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, sharp, hopefully. You guys take care. Thanks again for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow.